Welcome to Dream Speak English. In every video, we explore stories that bring English to life. Today's journey takes us into a quiet winter night with a snow owl resting beside a glowing lantern. Let's get started. Part 1. The Sentinel of Winter. The snow owl waits in absolute stillness. Her feathers, thick as clouds, blend with the frost that coats every surface around her. She perches on the iron arm of an old lantern, planted deep in a field where snow spreads endlessly toward the horizon. The amber flame inside the glass burns steady, casting warm light across the white emptiness. This light reaches only a small circle, barely touching the edges of darkness that press in from all sides. Winter dusk arrives slowly here. The sky holds onto its last violet glow, reluctant to surrender to night. Between earth and heaven, the air carries a particular quality, sharp, clean, almost crystalline. Each breath you take draws in cold that stings gently at first, then settles into something familiar. The owl knows this cold intimately. Her body has adapted to temperatures that would threaten most living creatures. Beneath her outer plumage, she wears a second coat of down feathers, creating layers of trapped air that insulate her from the harshest winds. The snowy owl belongs to the Arctic, to places where winter dominates the calendar and darkness stretches across months. Her scientific name, Buboscandiacus, speaks to ancient classifications, but her presence speaks to something older: survival, patience, mastery of an unforgiving environment. She weighs nearly 2 kilograms, her body compact and powerful. Her wings, when spread, can reach over 1.5 meters from tip to tip. These wings carry her silently through the air, their special feather structure breaking up the sound of wind passing over them. Other creatures hear nothing as she approaches. Tonight she rests. The lantern beneath her feet radiates gentle warmth upward, though she hardly needs it. Her feet, completely covered in feathers down to her talons, protect her from the frozen metal. In the wild Arctic, she would perch on ice, on stone, on snow-covered ground without discomfort. Evolution has shaped every part of her for this. Yellow eyes that can spot a lemming moving beneath snow from hundreds of meters away, ears placed asymmetrically on her skull to pinpoint sounds with remarkable precision, talons strong enough to pierce through ice. The light from the lantern flickers occasionally when wind gusts across the field. Inside the glass chamber, the flame feeds on oil, consuming it slowly, transforming chemical energy into light and heat. This simple process, combustion, has served humanity for thousands of years. Before electricity, before gas lamps, before even candles, people burned animal fats and plant oils to push back darkness. The lantern standing in this field represents countless generations of humans learning to master fire, to contain it, to make it serve their needs for safety and comfort. Around the lantern's base, frost forms delicate patterns. Ice crystals arrange themselves according to laws of physics, following the path of least resistance, creating fractal designs that mirror larger patterns found throughout nature. The cold here settles into everything. It makes the air dense, makes sounds carry differently, makes the world seem simultaneously vast and intimate. In this temperature, moisture freezes instantly when it meets surfaces. The owl's breath, barely visible, dissipates into the darkness. The field stretches away in all directions. Snow covers whatever grew here during warmer months: grasses, wildflowers, small shrubs now buried and dormant. Winter brings a kind of simplicity to landscapes, reducing them to essential elements: white earth, dark sky, the thin line where they meet. This simplicity appeals to something deep in human consciousness. Many people report feeling a sense of peace in winter scenes, despite the cold, despite the harshness. Perhaps simplicity itself offers rest to minds overwhelmed by complexity. The owl shifts her weight slightly, adjusting her grip on the metal. Her talons, curved and sharp, hold fast without effort. She faces into the wind, letting it flow over her rounded head and across her back. Snowy owls often face into wind. It helps them hear better, helps them detect movement, helps them understand their environment. Unlike humans who tend to turn away from cold wind, she turns toward it. Her world demands this kind of direct engagement. In the distance, the tree-line appears as a dark irregular edge against the dimming sky. Those trees stand bare, their branches empty of leaves, reaching upward like fingers. Between here and there, nothing interrupts the snow. No buildings, no roads, no signs of human activity except this single lantern burning alone. The isolation feels complete, yet strangely comforting. In isolation, the mind can rest. Without distraction, awareness can expand to notice small details: the texture of snow, the quality of silence, the subtle shifts in wind direction. Part 2. Light in the gathering dark. Darkness arrives with its own rhythm in winter. It doesn't rush. Instead, it seeps in gradually, like water filling a vessel. The violet sky deepens to indigo, then to a blue so dark it borders on black. Stars begin to emerge, first the brightest ones, then more and more until the sky holds thousands of points of light. The owl watches this transformation without reaction. She has seen it countless times. Her eyes, designed for low-light hunting, gather available photons efficiently, turning dim twilight into a visible world. The lantern's glow becomes more pronounced as darkness deepens. What seemed like a small flame in daylight now appears as a beacon, its warmth-colored light standing out against the cool blue tones of night. This contrast, warm light against cold surroundings, creates a psychological effect in human observers. Studies in environmental psychology have shown that people respond to warm lighting with feelings of safety and comfort, while cool tones can evoke different emotions: clarity, distance, sometimes loneliness. The lantern here offers both, the comfort of its glow and the awareness of vast darkness surrounding it. Fire and light have carried deep significance for humans across every culture and era. Before artificial light, darkness meant vulnerability. Predators hunted at night. Accidents happened more easily. People gathered around fires for protection and community. Even now, when electricity makes darkness optional, many still feel drawn to candles, lanterns, fireplaces. These flames connect us to our ancestors, to millions of years of evolution during which fire meant survival. The lantern in this field burns alone, yet it still performs its ancient function, creating a boundary between light and dark, between known and unknown. Its glass panels, covered in frost, diffuse the light into a softer glow. The frost itself tells a story about temperature, about the physics of water molecules. When water vapor in the air contacts a surface colder than its freezing point, it transforms directly into ice crystals without passing through a liquid phase. This process, called deposition, creates the delicate patterns we see on the glass, feathers and ferns and geometric designs that seem almost intentional. The owl understands light differently than humans do. Her vision operates primarily in darkness. While she can see in daylight, her eyes excel at gathering minimal light and transforming it into detailed images. The retina of her eye contains more rod cells than cone cells. Rods detect light intensity but not color. They function in low light conditions. Cones detect color but require brighter light. Most birds have cone-rich retinas for seeing vibrant colors during daylight hours. The snowy owl, hunting in Arctic twilight and darkness, has adapted to different circumstances. Around the lantern, the snow reflects and amplifies the light. Snow's crystalline structure bounces photons in multiple directions, creating a subtle illumination that extends beyond the direct reach of the flame. This is why snow-covered landscapes appear brighter at night than bare ground. They reflect moonlight, starlight, and any artificial light available. Tonight, the snow around the lantern glows softly, creating a small island of visibility in the darkness. Temperature continues to drop as night settles in. Without the sun's radiation, heat escapes from the Earth's surface into space. Clear winter nights, like this one, allow heat to radiate away quickly because clouds are absent. Clouds act as a blanket, trapping heat close to the ground. Without them, temperatures plummet. The cold deepens, becomes more penetrating, more absolute. In this cold, sounds change. Air becomes denser, and sound waves travel differently, sometimes seeming louder and sharper than they would in warmer conditions. The owl's body maintains a constant internal temperature around 40 degrees Celsius, regardless of external conditions. Her metabolism burns fuel continuously, the energy from prey she has caught and consumed. Small mammals, primarily lemmings and voles in her Arctic home, provide the calories needed to sustain her in extreme cold. Tonight, she rests, conserving energy, her digestive system processing her last meal. In true winter conditions, she might hunt every few days, each successful hunt providing enough energy to last until the next. Human bodies cannot match her cold tolerance. We evolved in warmer climates, developing different survival strategies, creating shelter, making clothing, harnessing fire. These technologies allowed our ancestors to spread into cold regions despite our biological limitations. The lantern represents one such technology: portable, reliable light and heat. Travelers once carried lanterns through dark roads. Miners brought them underground. Lighthouse keepers maintained them to guide ships safely. Each lantern told the same story: human ingenuity overcoming natural limitations. The flame inside this lantern draws oxygen through small vents at its base, mixes it with vaporized oil, and burns steadily. The glass protects the flame from wind while allowing light to escape. Simple physics and chemistry combine to create something beautiful and functional. The warm colors of the flame, yellows, oranges, hints of red, come from heated carbon particles glowing as they burn. Different temperatures produce different colors. The hottest part of the flame burns blue, while cooler edges glow yellow and orange. Sociologically, light has always organized human communities. Before streetlights, cities went dark at night. People's activities centered around daylight hours. Evening meant gathering indoors, around hearths and lanterns. This created rhythms of social interaction different from modern patterns. Families and communities spent more time together, telling stories, sharing news, maintaining bonds. The introduction of artificial lighting changed these patterns profoundly, extending activity into night hours, allowing individuals more independence from communal schedules. The owl, perched on her lantern, exists outside these human concerns. She follows older rhythms, the cycle of seasons, the availability of prey, the demands of survival. Yet in this moment, she connects to the human world through this simple artifact of light. The lantern was placed here by someone, for some reason. Perhaps to mark a path across the field, perhaps as a memorial, perhaps simply as an offering of beauty to the winter night. Whatever its purpose, it now serves as a meeting point between two species, two ways of being in the world. Part 3. The Architecture of Cold. Cold shapes the world in visible and invisible ways. The snow covering this field arrived as water vapor in the atmosphere, condensing into ice crystals high in storm clouds. Each snowflake formed around a nucleus, a speck of dust, a grain of pollen, some microscopic particle, as water molecules arranged themselves into hexagonal patterns. Temperature and humidity determined the exact shape of each crystal. No two snowflakes form identically because conditions vary constantly as they fall through different layers of atmosphere. The accumulated snow creates a landscape of remarkable uniformity and subtle variation. Drifts form where wind has pushed snow into mounds and ridges. Flat areas stretch smooth and undisturbed. The surface, when examined closely, shows texture, tiny crystals catching light, small irregularities where snow has settled unevenly. Walking through deep snow requires effort. Each step sinks down, and lifting your foot again demands energy. The owl, with her light body and large feathered feet, can sometimes walk on snow's surface without breaking through. Her feet distribute her weight across a larger area, like natural snowshoes. Winter transforms ecosystems completely. Animals respond to cold and scarcity in various ways. Some migrate to warmer regions, traveling thousands of kilometers to escape harsh conditions. Others hibernate, lowering their body temperature and metabolic rate to survive months without food. Some, like the snowy owl, remain active, adapting their behavior and physiology to thrive in conditions that would kill less specialized creatures. Each strategy represents millions of years of evolutionary refinement. The owl's white plumage serves multiple functions. In summer, when she nests in the Arctic tundra, her white feathers help her blend with snow and ice, providing camouflage from potential predators and making her less visible to prey. In winter, when she sometimes ventures south of her usual range, this same coloration helps her hunt in snow-covered landscapes. Male snowy owls tend to be whiter than females. Older males can become almost pure white, while females retain darker barring on their plumage. This difference relates to their roles in breeding. Males need camouflage while defending territories, while females, who incubate eggs and care for young, benefit from patterns that break up their outline. The lantern continues its steady burn, consuming fuel, producing light. Inside the glass, the flame maintains its shape through convection currents. Hot gases rise, pulling cooler air in from below, creating a continuous cycle that feeds combustion. This same principle drives weather systems, ocean currents, and the circulation in heated rooms. Convection transfers thermal energy through the movement of fluids and gases. The lantern becomes a miniature model of larger natural processes. Frost continues to elaborate its patterns on the glass panels. These patterns follow mathematical principles that appear throughout nature, branching structures similar to trees, river systems, lightning, and blood vessels. The phenomenon, called dendritic growth, occurs when ice crystals extend along paths determined by local temperature and humidity gradients. The resulting designs possess a beauty that humans have long admired. Traditional cultures incorporated frost patterns into art and decoration, recognizing in these ephemeral formations something worthy of attention and celebration. Human responses to winter combine practical concerns with emotional and aesthetic experiences. The cold requires preparation, warm clothing, heated shelter, stored food. Yet winter also offers experiences unavailable in other seasons: the silence of snow-muffled sound, the clarity of cold air, the beauty of frost and ice formations, the spectacular displays of northern lights in polar regions. Many cultures have developed celebrations and traditions around winter, marking the solstice, welcoming the gradual return of longer days, finding meaning in darkness and cold. The owl shifts her position slightly, turning her head to scan the field. Her neck can rotate remarkably far, not quite the 360 degrees of popular myth, but certainly more than 200 degrees. This flexibility compensates for her fixed eyes. Unlike human eyes, which can move independently within their sockets, owl eyes are tubular and fixed in place. To look in different directions, she must turn her head. The vertebrae in her neck have adapted to allow this extreme rotation without cutting off blood flow to her brain, a problem that would occur in humans attempting similar movements. The darkness now feels complete. Stars crowd the sky overhead, their light traveling for years to reach this field. The nearest stars are 4 light-years away. Their light left them 4 years ago, traveled through the vacuum of space, passed through Earth's atmosphere, and arrived here tonight to fall on snow, on lantern glass, on white feathers. The owl exists in this present moment, unaware of cosmic distances, focused on immediate reality: temperature, wind, hunger, safety. The wind picks up slightly, carrying loose snow across the field's surface. This snow, already fallen and now being redistributed, creates temporary patterns, small waves and ripples that shift and change. In strong winds, these moving particles can create ground blizzards, reducing visibility even when no new snow falls from above. Tonight, the wind remains moderate, just enough to remind everything living that winter commands this season, sets the terms, demands respect, or exacts consequences. Part 4. Symbols and Silence. Owls have nested in human imagination for millennia. Different cultures have assigned different meanings to these birds. Ancient Greeks associated owls with Athena, goddess of wisdom, seeing in their steady gaze and nocturnal habits signs of knowledge and insight. Native American traditions tell varied stories about owls, some viewing them as messengers between worlds, others as omens, still others as protective spirits. In Japanese culture, owls symbolize good fortune and protection from hardship. Medieval Europeans sometimes feared owls as harbingers of death, their nighttime calls seeming eerie and threatening in dark forests. These varied interpretations all respond to real qualities that owls possess. Their nocturnal nature sets them apart from most other birds. Their silent flight seems almost supernatural. Their forward-facing eyes create an appearance of intelligence and awareness. Their ability to turn their heads so dramatically adds to their mysterious quality. The sounds they make, hoots, screeches, whistles, can seem otherworldly in darkness. Humans, trying to understand their world, have woven these observations into stories and symbols that reflect cultural values and fears. The snowy owl, specifically, carries additional symbolic weight because of her connection to the far north. Arctic regions have long held a special place in human imagination, remote, harsh, pure, untouched. The creatures that survive there represent ultimate adaptation, strength, and resilience. When snowy owls appear in more southern regions during winter, their presence feels almost magical, as if a piece of the far north has traveled south to visit. Birdwatchers and nature enthusiasts often consider seeing a snowy owl a special experience, worth traveling for, worth remembering. Lanterns, too, carry symbolic significance across cultures. In many Asian traditions, lantern festivals celebrate important occasions, with thousands of glowing lights creating spectacular displays. The light represents hope, guidance, memory, and connection between the living and the dead. In Western traditions, lanterns have served as symbols in stories and songs, guiding lights in darkness, beacons of hope, signs of home and safety. The image of a single lantern burning in a dark landscape appears in countless poems, paintings, and photographs, always suggesting that even small lights matter in vast darkness. The combination here, owl and lantern in a winter field, creates a scene rich with potential meanings. The owl represents wild nature, adaptation, survival without human assistance. The lantern represents human ingenuity, the desire to create light and warmth, the refusal to accept darkness as absolute. Together, they suggest a relationship between human and natural worlds, a moment of peaceful coexistence where neither threatens the other. Silence deepens as the night progresses. Winter nights often feel quieter than other times. Snow absorbs sound, creating a kind of acoustic dampening. Fewer animals remain active. Many have gone to sleep, entered torpor, or migrated. The insects that fill summer nights with their songs have died or entered dormancy. Even wind, when it pauses, leaves complete quiet, an absence of sound so profound it becomes almost tangible. In this silence, small sounds become noticeable. The slight creak of the lantern's metal frame as it contracts in the cold. The soft sound of the flame burning steadily. Perhaps the distant call of another owl, far across the landscape. The subtle rustle of the perched owl's feathers as she adjusts them for better insulation. These minimal sounds emphasize rather than disturb the quiet, like small notes in a composition that's primarily about space and silence. Psychologically, silence affects humans in complex ways. Some find it uncomfortable, even threatening. Too much quiet can make us aware of our own thoughts, our own existence in ways that feel overwhelming. Others seek silence deliberately, finding in it a kind of rest impossible to achieve in noisy environments. Meditation practices across many traditions use silence as a tool for deepening awareness and reducing mental chatter. The silence of winter nights offers this opportunity naturally, without effort or technique. The field, the owl, the lantern, they all exist in this silence together. Nothing needs to happen. No drama unfolds. The value lies in the moment itself, the simple fact of existence, the continuity of life even in harsh conditions, the small defiance of a flame burning against the cold. This scene, repeated countless times across northern landscapes throughout history, carries a message about persistence, about finding peace in simplicity, about the beauty available when we slow down enough to notice. The lantern will eventually exhaust its fuel. The flame will flicker lower, dim, and finally extinguish. The darkness will reclaim its territory. The owl will remain or fly away, following impulses programmed into her by evolution and immediate need. The snow will continue its slow work of covering, smoothing, simplifying. These cycles continue regardless of human observation or interpretation. Yet something valuable happens when humans do observe and interpret. We create meaning from what we see. We find patterns, draw connections, tell stories. These activities separate us from other species. Not intelligence exactly, but the specific way we process experience through narrative and symbol. The scene of an owl and a lantern in winter darkness becomes a story about survival, about beauty, about the relationship between nature and human culture. It becomes this story, these words, this gentle journey through a cold night toward understanding and rest. Part 5. The Return of Light. Eventually, night will end. Hours from now, the eastern horizon will begin to show the first hints of change, a slight lessening of darkness, a subtle shift from black to deep blue. The process reverses itself slowly, as gradually as darkness arrived. Stars will fade, starting with the dimmest ones. The sky will pass through stages of color, deep blue to lighter blue, to violet, to pink and orange where the sun prepares to break the horizon. The owl will greet dawn with her own patterns. Snowy owls, unlike many owl species, are diurnal, active during daylight hours. In the Arctic summer, where the sun never sets, hunting at night makes no sense. She has adapted to hunt during continuous daylight, watching for lemmings and voles moving through the tundra. Even here, in this field far from her northern home, she may hunt in dawn light, her yellow eyes scanning for movement, her body still, waiting for the right moment to strike. The lantern will seem less impressive as daylight returns. Its small flame, so significant in darkness, will become nearly invisible against the brightness of day. This transformation happens every morning, everywhere humans have placed lights. What seemed essential in darkness becomes barely noticeable in light. Yet the cycle continues. Each evening, lights will matter again. Each night, darkness will return. Each dawn, light will win another temporary victory in a contest that has no final winner. Winter itself follows this same cycle on a larger scale. The solstice, already past, marked the longest night. From that point forward, each day brings slightly more light, though cold deepens and snow accumulates. By late winter, daylight will noticeably exceed darkness. By spring, snow will begin its transformation back into water, feeding streams and rivers, soaking into soil to support new growth. The owl may return north, following the retreating snow line back toward the Arctic. These cycles, daily, seasonal, even longer ones, provide structure to existence. They mark time, create rhythms, offer predictability in an unpredictable world. Human cultures have built calendars around these cycles, created celebrations marking their transitions, developed agriculture and cities and civilizations based on understanding and working within these patterns. The owl, in her own way, also lives by these rhythms, her body responding to changes in light, temperature, and food availability. The field around the lantern holds possibility. Beneath the snow, seeds wait for spring. Roots of perennial plants survive in dormancy, their growth paused but not stopped. The soil itself, frozen now, will thaw and become home to countless organisms, bacteria, fungi, insects, earthworms, that support the visible life above ground. Winter's apparent death conceals life waiting, ready to resume when conditions improve. Human lives follow similar patterns. We experience our own winters, times of darkness, difficulty, isolation. We also experience springs, summers, autumns. The seasons we move through may be literal or metaphorical, periods of growth and abundance, periods of harvest and preparation, periods of dormancy and rest. The field in winter reminds us that dormancy serves a purpose, that rest allows for future growth, that darkness alternates with light in patterns we can trust even when we cannot see beyond the present moment. The owl and the lantern, meeting here in this particular winter night, will probably never be in exactly this configuration again. The owl will fly elsewhere. The lantern may be moved, or its fuel may exhaust, or snow may cover it. Yet the scene represents something that occurs again and again, moments of quiet coexistence between human and natural worlds, small pockets of light in vast darkness, life persisting in challenging conditions, beauty available to anyone who stops to notice. As you listen to this story, perhaps you're lying in bed, perhaps sitting in a quiet room, perhaps looking out at your own winter night. The snow owl and the lantern exist in this narrative, in the images they create in your mind, in the feelings they evoke. The cold and the light, the silence and the darkness, they all become part of your experience now, offering what winter scenes have always offered: a chance to slow down, to rest, to appreciate simplicity, to find beauty in quiet moments. The field stretches away into darkness. The owl sits perfectly still, a white shape against the night. The lantern burns steady, its amber light glowing warm against the cold. And somewhere beyond the field, beyond the tree line, beyond the horizon, tomorrow waits. Another day, another cycle, another chance to witness the world's quiet miracles. Thank you for journeying with us through this winter night. If these quiet stories help you rest, please subscribe to Dreamspeak English. Leave a comment to share what nighttime tale you'd like us to explore next. Sleep well, dreamers.